Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? My puppy's actually in the studio with me today. We're going to see how that works out because usually, ah, usually this little guy tries to get in on the action, but we're going to see if he actually behaves. Are you going to behave? You're going to do good? We'll see. We'll see. All right, go to place. Go to place. Good job. Good job. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? I've heard this before, and you probably have too. My messaging is busted. And that's the reason that I'm not getting any leads. Yeah, I've been there, I've done that, and I got a closet full of those ugly t shirts, a closet full. And quite honestly, I ran into this problem where my messaging wasn't hitting the way I wanted it to hit until I discovered a simple, really badass formula to making what I do super clear and super powerful and exactly to whom I deliver it. So the people who I was talking to, they really knew I was talking to them. You want your bone? Okay, there you go. There's your bone. Right. So they knew that I was talking to them. I told you, I'm like, is he going to sit there? Now he's sitting there. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What happens when your messaging isn't doing the job? When you're not getting those clients, you're not getting those looks, you're not getting those hits because, and to you, it feels like your messaging is unclear, like you're not hitting the mark, and you can feel it. You can feel it. And we know why this happens. It's because it's like, well, I have a high-end client and a low-end client. I have a middle-tier client. I have people all over the place. And so I'm trying to have this one message. I'm trying to connect all of them together, and it's not working. That happens a lot. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to make sure that you're creating that messaging that makes you craved, envied, and buzzworthy. So people are really, really, really attracted to you. All right. My name is Donna St. Louis. I am the co-founder along with my partner, Chanel Evans of Fire Savvy. And listen, as far as we're concerned, you had the testicular fortitude and the ovarian audacity to go for it. You decided that you were going to become an entrepreneur. You wanted to have that freedom. And so the more that you are out there in the entrepreneurial field, the more unemployable you become. So you need to have financial freedom from the threat of corporate colonization. You got to have that figured out. So that's what we do. We make sure that you have freedom. We are Fire Savvy. We are a business advisory company first. And then we leverage coaching. That's one-to-one coaching. We have academies like our upcoming Sales Academy. In fact, tonight at 6:15, so I won't be on here very long. So tonight at 6:15, we're actually doing a masterclass on, if you actually go to salessuperstar.net, we're doing a masterclass on sales, and we love it because in 90 minutes, people walk away and go, holy crap, I can go sell something. So it's really amazing. We have very strong communities, and we have ongoing accountability and co-working sessions because what we find is that this is what entrepreneurs need. If you're interested in joining that masterclass that's happening within the next hour, yes, it's happening within the next hour. All you have to, it starts literally at 6:15 Eastern. Go to firesavvy.net/challenge. I see some people on the chat. If you will type firesavvy, FYRESAVVY.net/challenge. That's where you want to go. I'm just nowhere close to the computer. The computer's over there. I'm over here, right? But if you want to go to the challenge tonight, it's at 6:15. Let's do this. So I really want to jump into this. Again, I don't have a lot of time. So we're going to go straight into why your messaging might be busted. What I love about this is when you nail this, when you really get this right, you will also find that what I'm going to share with you is the secret to having a breakthrough in your business. My favorite one is this very first one, your belief. When you want to increase trust, when you really want to increase trust, people have to believe what you believe. That's how it works. It's why when you go into churches, they trust the pastor so much because they believe what the pastor believes. Yes, I'll use a religious reference. Shoot me, right? When the belief is the same. And it's so funny because people won't even look for other types of proof when beliefs are in alignment because they believe one way, they think, well, I'm a good person. And if I believe this and I'm a good person, so if they believe the same, then they must be a good person. See, I knew he wasn't going to sit down. Hey, you're going to sit there? Okay, please. All right. I knew he was going to join. He was like, no, if you're going to, I'm in it. Anyway, so when your beliefs are in alignment, a lot of times when I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I said, so why do you do what you do? And they'll tell me a whole lot of stuff, but they'll never really get down to why they're doing it, their own personal beliefs. So when we talk about Fire Savvy, I tell people all the time, I was homeless when I was 19. When I was 18 years old, I had a guidance counselor literally tell me that I was going to have, 6 baby daddies, 5 babies. 3 of those babies were going to be dead. 1 was going to be in the system and 1 was going to follow in my footsteps. And I was supposed to be some type of drug addict who lived on government assistance. Like this was all based on statistics. This is who I was supposed to be. And I was like, well, what if that's not who I want to be? Right. And so then, of course, I did everything in my power. I've never even had a drink in my life. So I thought it was hilarious that they were like, you're going to be a drug addict and you're going to, be in and out of jail and your kids are going to do the same. And 3 of them, I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Like that was just based on statistics. I believe that there are a lot of people that based on where they were born, where they came from, how, what schools they went to, that those same people are given, here's your future. Here's what your life is going to look like. Right? And because that's what they think their life is going to look like, they don't really think they have an opportunity. And I'm like, but I think the opposite. I think you can make your own path. I think if you have the courage to go for it, then you just need a little guidance to getting there. That if you're an expert, your expertise does not have to make someone else rich. It can actually make you rich and it can fulfill your clients. And I really believe that if you want to do that you can have financial freedom from corporate colonization. You actually can have it. You just have to make the decision that's what you want to do. And so the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what is your belief? What do you believe? So here I'm putting financial freedom from, I spelled from wrong, from corporate colonization. That's what I'm putting right now. Hey, stop. No, stop. He's literally over here biting. He's biting the anklet he's biting my anklet. All right. Number 2, a method. Your clients want results. Do you have a method of helping them get there? Right? Okay, just take it. Do you have a method of helping them get there? If so, what is that method? Give it a name. I don't care what you call it. If you really want a formula, here's a formula for the method. You can call it the color of your underwear and what you had for breakfast. And if you're not wearing any underwear, then go with Commando. So Commando coffee is the name of your method. I really don't care what you name it. Just give you get people from here to here, and there's a method, there's a way that you do it. Give it a name. Give it a name, right? So we call ours a Fire Savvy Client Attraction and 6-Figure Sales Formula. All right. Then who is your dream client? Sorry, I didn't go to the next one. So who is your dream client? Who is it that you actually want to work with? You have to really identify this avatar. So when people start talking about their messaging isn't working, quite honestly, because they don't know who their dream client is. And instead of talking to someone that they want to talk to, they're talking to everyone. So we really want to think like, who is that dream client? Who is it that you are talking to? So for us, we specifically work with people who are experts, and they have in their professional service providers. He is literally attacking my feet like right now. He's like, this is what we're doing today. Can you stop attacking my, okay. This one right here is being misbehaving. He's literally down there on the floor. He's like, you're working? You're working? Is that what you're doing right now? Then I'm going to attack your feet. You cannot attack my feet. I'm going to need you to go sit in place, okay? 1 second. Place. 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 Like he's literally just been attacking my feet the whole time. I'm like down here dancing. I know you guys are like, well, is she okay? I'm okay. He's just, but place. No, Jackson. No, over here. Place. Okay, there we go. Got him squared away. All right, so we work with experts who are professional service providers. That is our dream client. So I talked to someone the other day and they're like, well, what if I have a widget to sell? There's a better coach for you. I've helped people, I've coached people selling widgets, whether, it's glasses or whatever. I've helped people do that, but that is not my dream client. My dream client is a professional service provider. My favorite thing to say is that they're selling vaporware. And then next one is priority. This is so important. What is your client's priority? There are 3 priorities: money, time, and effort. Right? They want to make more money. Right? They want to do it faster. That's the time, speed. Right? Or they want it to be more efficient. Right? And then effort. Effort means I want it to be easier, because faster doesn't always mean easier, by the way. I know a lot of people are like, no, if it's faster, it's easier. Not necessarily. Right? And so what you want to do is first identify what your client's priority is. So when I look at my clients are money rich. They're like, well, I'm making good money, but they are time poor. So their priority is time. So they're looking for something that's going to happen faster. So when we say things like, our method gets you selling within 90 minutes, because it's literally 9 boxes that make 6 figures. And so we go, it's really easy. But more importantly, it's fast. They care about it being fast first, right? So what is your client's priority? You got to know that one. That one's critical, right? Because you might be selling money, but that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for something else. They're looking for a different solution, right? Or let's say you're selling easy. A lot of done for you services, that's easy, right? So if your clients want done for you, you should be like, we make it so easy for you, we do it. If that's your client's priority. Our clients is fast. They're like, I don't want you to sell for me. I want to make sure that I master sales myself first, and then I'll hire a team. So for them, they want something fast. They want it to be easier to learn. They want it to be effective, but fast is critical. Then the next thing is, what is your result? What is the result that you're telling that your clients can get, that you can give to them, right? And so for us, we can turn you into a superstar sales pro. And so that means you're going to close more. You're going to effortlessly close more. So we remove the awkwardness that a lot of people deal with when they're working in sales. Like they feel a lot of awkwardness and discomfort. We actually get rid of that discomfort and that awkwardness. So they end up closing more, and they become sales superstars. All right, let's look at the last one. What is their objection? This one is important because a lot of people don't pay attention to this objection. So this objection is critical. What is the thing that your clients will tell you? Like, for example, I'll use ours. Our clients are like, I don't love sales. Okay, great. Or they're like, I'm not a sales pro. That's fine. You don't have to be a sales pro. That's what we specialize in, is people who aren't sales pros. We specialize in people who are experts that recognize that they need to sell in order for their business for them to have the lifestyle business they want, right? So they know that. So what is the objection that you're running into with your clients? You have to know what that is. Again, ours is, I don't love sales. I'm not good at it, right? So we have don't love sales. So when I look at this, I now have a way to say exactly what I do. And you've heard me say this before, right? We work with experts who are professional service providers who want a fast and easy way to close more, who want to close higher ticket sales. They want to be sales superstars, even though they don't love sales. And if I want to go further, and you've heard me say this, now I'm going to go another step further. I believe that every entrepreneur who has stepped out there and taken the risk, they have testicular fortitude, ovarian audacity, and they've gone for it, they deserve financial freedom from corporate colonization, right? Using the Fire Savvy, client attraction, and six-figure sales formula, we work with these experts who are professional service providers to close more high-ticket sales faster and become sales superstars, even if they don't love sales. 6 boxes that can make all the difference in the world in your business. 6 boxes. This is exactly how you do it. If you have questions, go ahead and pop them in because I can't see the chat. Not having your formula laid out in regards to exactly what you do could be costing you money. Now, people will tell me all the time, but Donna, I know you do really high ticket business coaching. I absolutely do high ticket business coaching, and I coach companies all over the place. I will tell you the number one reason they bring me in is because I'm the top 5 sales coach in the country, which is crazy because I hated sales. And now I literally use a 9-box system to consistently make 6-figure deals. I love sales now, right? So think about that transition. That's a big transition for someone who really, really hated sales and everything about it. My point is that the low-hanging fruit, and I talked about this the other night, you have to have your IPO, your initial public offering. Your big viral promise, these 6 boxes equal your big viral promise. Your big viral promise should always, always, always first speak to that low-hanging fruit. In other words, the IPO, the initial public offering, the reason that people are going to bring you in the first place. Doesn't mean you can't do other things. You absolutely can. The joke is that, Donna's the word guru. She knows a lot about messaging. She can help you with your offer. She can help you out. Yes, I can do all of that. However, across the board, when my clients want me to come in the door, they want me to come in the door for this one thing first. This is the first thing they ask for. Help me. I'm delivering a masterclass. There's 100 people in there. How do I convert? So higher conversion, higher sales, better offers, better audience. Those are the things we look at first. This speaks directly to that. So when you're putting together yours, make sure you have that. All right, so I see a question. Okay, so the question is, they're asking about their dream client. So the question is, Donna, I have a dream client. However, I have a couple of dream clients. How do I figure out the one thing to offer those dream clients? You have too many dream clients. That's your issue. You have too many dream clients. There are 3 clients you can have. You can have your base client, your ideal client. You can have your ideal client, your signature client, and your dream client. And really the only difference between those clients, because they should all basically be in the same area, like ours are experts who are professional service providers. They should all be within the same area. So I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and she works with politicians, but then she's like, oh, but I also work with people who are head of not-for-profits. And I'm like, those are 2 very different people. You might have a product that works for all of them. However, you need to make very clear which one you're speaking to, because here's the thing. Let's say I go, I have a great pair of shoes for you. Okay, anybody can wear shoes as long as they got feet, right? But then what if I said, I have shoes that are specifically for men who have a size 14 or larger foot, and instead of looking like the clunky shoes these are high-end designer shoes for men whose feet are size 14 and larger. We go all the way up to size 28. Now I'm talking to I'm talking to men who have larger feet, who have money, because I just said higher end, right? Who don't want your run-of-the-mill shoe, who's looking for something specific. Notice how I whittled that down and got into a very specific area. The more specific you can be about that client, the better. I talked to a lady the other day and she said, I'm a professional service provider. I do hair. I'm like, no, you have personal services. You're a personal service provider. And she goes, no, I'm a professional. I didn't say you weren't a professional. That's personal services. By virtue of the fact that we're having an argument over the difference between personal service and professional services means you're probably not my client, right? So just being very clear about who you're working with. When I talk to professional service providers, sometimes they are doing cybersecurity, sometimes they're doing they're coaching, sometimes they're doing software. What I like to say is they sell vaporware. That's what they sell. Something that you can't see, but that they always use. All right. So hopefully that makes it clear. You're going to have to pick your dream client. Now, if you really want to know how do I identify the one thing that I should be selling first, go and watch from 2 days ago. I did one called IPO, Initial Public Offering. Watch IPO. IPO will 100% help you identify what your initial public offering is. You need to have an initial public offer that shows up in your area of expertise. Ours is Sales Superstar. And the reason you see me looking down is I'm looking at the notes, comments that someone is writing. Okay, so the next question is, I feel like I'm doing everything that everyone is doing. How do I set myself out as different? Okay, so they're asking, I'm summarizing. How do I identify my differentiator? How do I set myself out as different? I'm going to show you. To set yourself out as different, there's really 3 specific areas. It's what you do, who you do it for, and why you do it. So it's what you do, who you do it for, and why you do it. These 3. I'm going to put stars next to them. What you do, who you do it for, and why you do it. Okay. So I'll give you really good examples about this one. And this is going to be the last question I think that I'm going to take, and then I'm going to ride. This is how you do that. So the what you do. When AI came out, we'll use that one. So when AI came out, ChatGPT came out, they went and completely hit the market hard, right? The thing is, it's a big bang. Big bangs are short-lived and people copy them quickly. But still ChatGPT, if you say ChatGPT, everyone knows that's AI because they were the first one out there. So they're the ones that are going to get the biggest reputational hit faster. They're going to come in, they're going to take up a nice little lion's share of the market to start, but then they have to consistently compete to stay out in front of everybody else, because then you're going to get copycats quickly. So the very first thing you can do is be innovative, do something that no one else is doing. That's what ChatGPT did. Now, and that was in 2023. Think about it. That was like middle of 2023. Here it is, January of 2024, not even 6 months later. How many people have copied AI? Because what is today is so short-lived that people can just copy it immediately and keep going. The next one, and I'm going to go to the why. The next one is belief. So if you have a very unique belief and you share that belief over and over and over again, I'll tell you right now, the one thing that I stopped doing, and I'm not saying this is a good thing, it was a mistake on my part, I needed to continue doing it, was I stopped saying financial freedom from corporate colonization, financial freedom from corporate colonization, right? I stopped saying that, even though it is a core belief of mine that entrepreneurs deserve financial freedom from corporate colonization, because they're experts, they're badasses, they already paid their dues, and they had the courage, they said testicular fortitude and ovarian audacity to freaking go for it. I want to make sure they have financial freedom from corporate colonizations. My clients believe the same thing. They're like, I absolutely deserve that. I absolutely want that. I absolutely believe I can do that. I absolutely recognize that once I step out, I am unemployable. As the longer I step out, the longer I'm unemployable. I need to make this happen. I need to make sure I have financial freedom from corporate colonization. This is my life. This is not my hobby. So I need to learn how to sell. I recognize so that's my client. So I'll show you a company who did this. So Apple came in, they were selling cell phones. That was their result. You're going to get a cell phone. The cell phone market already existed. So it wasn't like they went to someone new, but they had a different belief system. They believed that you didn't have to have 850,000 buttons on your BlackBerry in order to have a phone that worked for you, in order to be brilliant to use the tech. Because back in the day, if you were using a BlackBerry, trust and believe you had to read that little tiny 850-page book in order to know how to use all that buttons on that thing, because it was a lot. I was one of those people who used all the space on the Bez server because I really understood how to use it. But let me tell you, when Apple came out with that one button phone, your girl was in line because I wanted something intuitive. And so they really believed that you could have something intuitive in the palm of your hand and be just as brilliant as a person that had 850 buttons. They believed that you didn't have to know every single solitary setting in a phone in order to use it. Right? That's what they believed. Well, the people who believed the same as they did became Apple users. Here's the great thing about beliefs. You will actually build a cult of followers who will be loyal to you for a long time. However, you have to really market your ass off to make sure that people know what your beliefs are and that you can own that why. And your beliefs have to be well stated. Then after that, you can sell anything, quite honestly. The next one is Dream Client. And I'm going to talk about one of my former clients, Diani Winterfunde, who actually did this one. She specifically works in the area of immigration law. So this is where she works, in immigration law. And she has a belief that you can have your dreams come true. You know, you can live, quote, the American dream, that you should not be limited to the country that you were born in. But if you're going to go to another country, you need to do it legally. And so she 100% like really believes like, yes, you can go to another country. You need to do it legally. And she believes that just because you're an attorney doesn't mean that you're the only person that can help people with immigration law. That's why she changed her dream client. When she first started, she used to go, hey, I'm going to take my result of adding immigration law to immigration lawyers who believe the same as I do. The problem is that there are a dime a dozen people who could work with that dream client. So what she did instead was she changed her dream client and said, what if I worked with notaries? And I showed them that you could do everything that I do except for go to court, and I'll be your pro se attorney. Because she etched out this particular dream client, she stepped into an area that no one else was in. Because she stepped into that area, she was in blue ocean. And as a result, she turned 7 figures last year like that from a previous year where she didn't. She's changed up her dream client. So if you're really looking for how to differentiate yourself, you have to change one of 3 things. You have to make sure your belief is clear and that you're going after clients who believe in what you believe, or you have to identify your dream client and make it someone that no one else is going after with your expertise, or you have to have a completely different thing that you're offering. You have to be innovative. This one is shorter lived. This one is longer lived. This one is easier to copy. This takes longer to put out. This is faster to put out. This one is right in the middle. So you got to know which one you're looking at. All right. So that's all I got for you. I got to go get ready for my masterclass. I'm going to write this up here really quick. So if you go to firesavvy.net/challenge, we are doing the challenge. Yes, challenge. We are doing a 90-minute masterclass. And it is literally, can't spell tonight. And it is the 6-figure sales masterclass. What I love about this class is that people literally walk out and when they have their next sales call and they use the 9-box framework, because literally the 9-box framework is like having a custom script for every single solitary time that you have a phone call. We know sales scripts don't work, but sales script frameworks are absolutely amazing. So they learn the sales script framework, they use it, and boom, they're like, it's just magic. And I'm like, I know, it really does work. Trust me, I didn't love sales. And yeah, I use it all the time. So anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this will help you clean up your messaging. Because this right here, this is where messaging goes to hell. So you got to really nail this messaging down. Belief, method, dream client, priority, result, objection. Do that, nail down your message. And you know what? If you're coming to the class tonight, use this to share your big viral promise when you get there. And I look forward to seeing you in the challenge. Uh-oh, don't worry, I didn't step on the dog. Thought about it. Thought about it. He was doing the most in here tonight. He was doing the most, little Jackson. He's good now. He's over there sitting down.